Adrian Gostick, Anxiety at Work, 8 Strategies to Help Teams Build Resilience, Handle Uncertainty, and Get Stuff Done. In the book, Anxiety at Work, Adrian Gostick explores the widespread effects of uncertainty and anxiety on employees and provides vital strategies for leaders to help their teams build resilience and handle uncertainty in the modern workplace. Younger workers, in particular, face significant challenges due to job insecurity and a rapidly changing work landscape. Gostick offers insights into fostering healthy debate, addressing discrimination and bias, promoting a sense of belonging, tackling burnout, supporting career development, and managing the impacts of perfectionism in the workplace.
Navigating uncertainty together. Uncertainty, particularly in regards to job security, is a significant issue in the modern workplace, affecting employees across generations. Younger workers, often called Generation Paranoia, face the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, the rise of automation, and short-term, contract-based employment. This uncertainty leads to high anxiety levels and a constant need to be always on. Leaders can help alleviate employee anxiety by embracing transparency and clear communication during uncertain times, providing a sense of understanding and unity that may reduce overall stress. In today's fast-paced world, uncertainty is an unwelcome visitor that has made itself comfortable in the lives of countless individuals. With pressures like job insecurity making it difficult for people to envision a stable future, it's no wonder that many feel overwhelmed by the unknown. Case in point. Nearly 2/3 of American workers report being concerned about the stability of their jobs. Interestingly enough, this pervasive sense of uncertainty isn't just a product of recent events like the COVID-19 pandemic. Rather, the underlying roots can be traced back to the past, such as the 2008 financial crisis, and the growing prominence of roles being overtaken by robots and automation on the job front. Consequently, younger workers often feel that they are besieged by forces entirely beyond their control. To make matters worse, millennials, burdened with hefty student loans earned for their education and qualifications, frequently find themselves trapped in insecure, freelance, or contract-based positions. Capitalizing on the precarious nature of such arrangements, capital-owning employers treat these employees as replaceable commodities, breeding a workforce plagued with anxiety. It's no wonder then that young professionals are constantly striving to outperform their competition, sacrificing their well-being in a bid to be always on. In this climate of constant change and persistent disruption, leaders may feel powerless to help their employees manage the onslaught of uncertainty. While it's true that they can't wish away the upheaval, they do possess the ability to steer their teams through these trying times. What's the secret? Transparency, communication, and a commitment to a collaborative approach. Consider the case of FU Doctors, an optometrist firm that had to temporarily shut down almost all of its clinics when the COVID-19 pandemic struck. Faced with a panicked and disoriented workforce, the senior leadership team resolved to keep their employees in the loop by holding daily briefing sessions via Zoom. Throughout these meetings, they shared the latest updates, challenges, and solutions, facilitating a shift from an atmosphere of chaos to one of mutual understanding. Ultimately, their commitment to open communication and clear planning allowed their employees to feel less anxious and more united as they tackled the uncertainty together. Embrace conflict for success. Engaging in healthy disagreement is essential for a team to flourish and perform at its best. High-performing teams regularly experience conflict, which drives better problem-solving and motivates staff to produce higher-quality work. To promote beneficial debate, leaders must encourage open discussions in meetings, ensuring each person contributes their thoughts. By fostering a sense of psychological safety, managers can create an environment where honest opinions are shared, ultimately benefiting the entire organization. Do you find it challenging to express disagreement, especially in a professional setting? While it's natural to avoid confrontation, there's a significant difference between unhealthy hostility and productive debate in the workplace. In fact, conflicts can be an essential ingredient for high-performing teams, contributing to better problem solving and inspiring staff to excel. Managers often find that their employees shy away from conflict or difficult conversations. However, steering clear of disputes can stifle the organization's potential. So, how can leaders foster healthy debate among their team members? One method is to actively facilitate discussions during meetings. Although some employees might hesitate to voice their opinions, creating an open forum for all to contribute ensures everyone's perspectives are heard. To achieve this, take a few moments at the end of each meeting to ask for everyone's thoughts, pushing them gently out of their comfort zones. Feeling psychologically safe is crucial for team members to share their honest opinions. Leaders must emphasize the importance of candid debates, demonstrating that every viewpoint is valued. Despite the temptation to sugarcoat or dilute one's opinion, being transparent and direct benefits both individuals and the organization as a whole. When employees openly express their thoughts, informed decisions can be reached with ease. Encouraging a high-quality, fact-based debate is the key to reaping the benefits of conflict in your team. When differences of opinion arise, remind employees to support their arguments with solid evidence. By embracing this constructive approach to disagreement, your team will experience enhanced productivity, cooperation, and success. Empowering marginalized groups. Workplace anxiety experienced by marginalized groups, such as ethnic minorities, LGBTQ+ community members, and people with disabilities, require genuine acknowledgement and action from leaders. To bring about change, it's necessary for leaders to engage in brave conversations about discrimination and systemic bias. Ensuring timely follow-up on complaints and fostering an environment where everyone feels comfortable expressing their true selves are essential steps towards inclusivity. Additionally, avoiding superficial claims of impartiality and genuinely recognizing the experiences and identities of employees contribute to creating a more vibrant work environment. Not all workplace anxieties stem from the same root, and it's disheartening that some stem from an individual's background or identity. Marginalized groups often face psychological distress at work, and this must be acknowledged and addressed. Unfortunately, some leaders dismiss the impact of bias in favor of viewing these claims as political correctness, but there's robust evidence showing the ongoing repercussions of discrimination affecting historically mistreated individuals. It's crucial for leaders to address discrimination and systemic bias with openness and sincerity. This change is long overdue. For example, Black people in the United States face mental health problems 20% greater than other groups, while LGBTQ+ individuals experience anxiety and depression at over twice the rate of their heterosexual peers. Factors such as daily racism and injustice contribute significantly to the mental health disparities observed in marginalized groups. So, what can leaders do to tackle workplace discrimination and bias that affects marginalized groups? First, they must ensure that every complaint is handled promptly, even if it seems minor. Next, they should encourage an environment where employees feel free to express their true selves authentically. Achieving this environment isn't easy, but it starts by leaders sharing more about themselves and modeling authenticity, giving others the confidence to do the same. Another important aspect of leadership is resisting the temptation to view oneself as completely impartial when it comes to acknowledging employees' backgrounds and identities. In cases such as the 2019 Starbucks racial bias accusations, former CEO Howard Schultz proclaimed that he didn't see color. While this statement may seem progressive, it only denies the reality of an individual's identity and the discrimination they may face because of it. Instead, leaders must provide genuine recognition and understanding of their employees' backgrounds while actively addressing the disparities and challenges that persist within the workplace. Fostering inclusive work environments. Have you ever felt excluded, whether it was at school or in the workplace? Ironically, feelings of exclusion not only hurt individuals but also negatively impact a company's performance. Research indicates that cohesive groups are more effective at their jobs, and employees who are part of healthy teams have a strong sense of belonging. One example is the correlation between firefighters eating together and increased success in saving lives. Regrettably, 71% of professionals have experienced exclusion in the workplace, leading to anxiety and reduced productivity. Ensuring inclusiveness can be challenging for managers, as it often means addressing what isn't happening. A useful approach is engaging in regular one-to-one check-ins and adopting the 10-10 ritual where leaders greet their team members to make everyone feel valued. Another strategy includes implementing a buddy system where senior staff mentors and socializes with their junior counterparts, fostering stronger team relationships. Overcoming burnout in the workplace. The overwhelming amount of work employees face today is causing burnout, impacting their health and productivity, and ultimately costing companies. Rather than focusing on addressing the symptoms, employers need to identify the root causes, such as excessive workload and bureaucracy, and implement effective strategies to reduce employee burnout, support well-being, and increase overall job satisfaction. In today's fast-paced workplace, it seems like job security might be on shaky ground, but one thing remains constant: an overwhelming workload. This excessive workload is pushing more employees over the edge, with an alarming 91% of American workers reporting a feeling of burnout in 2019. Burnout is defined by emotional or physical exhaustion, which could lead to cynicism, irritability, and even self-dislike. Undoubtedly, burnout is bad news for both employees and employers. Burned-out workers take 60% more sick days annually and are twice as likely to leave their jobs for other opportunities. Acknowledging this reality, organizations have begun to recognize the risks of employee burnout, but most are not addressing it properly. Instead, they focus on tackling the symptoms instead of the actual problem's root cause. Typical measures employers take include offering relaxation courses, healthy eating initiatives, time management guidance, and resilience training with the intention of making workers more resistant to burnout. However, these strategies often overlook the real problem: employees having too much on their plate, and no amount of yoga can resolve that. A prime example of this issue is the healthcare industry, where workers face high levels of burnout despite proving their resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic. The main culprit for their burnout lies in excessive workloads and time-consuming bureaucracy. Therefore, solutions like resilience training might not be as effective as anticipated. So, what should companies do to tackle this pressing issue of employee burnout? The answer lies in reducing employees' workloads. While many leaders argue that this is unattainable, it is possible. For instance, healthcare professionals often spend a significant portion of their time filling out forms and checking boxes, bogged down by bureaucracy. By reducing the digital workload or delegating these tasks to team members who enjoy them, employees can feel less anxious and more at ease. In conclusion, the key to addressing employee burnout is to focus on the root cause: excessive workloads and bureaucracy. By implementing strategies that prioritize workload management and cutting through red tape, companies can create a healthier work environment that benefits both employees and employers in the long run. Millennials and Job Insecurity. The fear of missing out, FOMO, haunts millions of young adults, pushing them to continuously chase better career opportunities. This generation, which has come to accept job insecurity as part of their lives, prioritizes professional development and growth, with 87% seeking opportunities to learn and advance in their careers. Unfortunately, only 1 in 10 organizations promotes a learning culture. However, this opens new doors for employers to incentivize and retain workers by implementing development initiatives, from traditional training to creative fast-track promotions. Companies that invest in employee development are more likely to lead their industries. Have you caught yourself lost amid social media, afraid that everyone else is enjoying life more than you? It's a common feeling among young Americans, the dread called FOMO driving anxiety in both personal and professional aspects of their lives. But for millennials, it's not just about parties and social events, it's more about landing good jobs, advancing professionally, and building a stable financial future. The underlying fear of missing better job opportunities is the primary concern among millennial workers. They often feel more disposable than their parents' generation due to the nature of their freelance or contractual jobs. Hence, they end up making impulsive career decisions in search of better opportunities, jumping from one employer to another at a frantic pace. For perspective, while 40% of baby boomers would stick with their companies for over 20 years, over 3/4 of Gen Zers plan to leave their jobs within the first 2 years. So, what do millennials and Gen Zers search for? Professional learning and development is a top priority, with 87% of young workers seeking opportunities to grow their careers. Sadly, they seldom find it, as only 1 in 10 organizations fosters a learning culture, according to research by global insights company CEB. This dissonance between employee expectations and reality presents a unique opportunity for employers. By launching development initiatives for their staff, companies can assuage young workers' anxieties about career progression and reduce turnover rates. Traditional training programs can serve as one approach. More creative strategies, such as a fast track to promotion, can also play a role in nurturing young professionals. US-based recruitment firm Ladders is a perfect example. By offering junior staff promotions every 4 months upon meeting specific learning objectives, they succeed in boosting employee engagement as well as the company's overall success. As evidence suggests, organizations that facilitate employee learning and development are 30% more likely to outperform their competitors. By addressing the needs and desires of their younger workforce, employers gain an edge in their respective industries and create an environment conducive to success for everyone involved. Unpacking perfectionism traits. Embrace the reality that perfectionist tendencies are becoming more prevalent, particularly among young people. It is crucial to understand what perfectionism entails and address it effectively in the workplace. Perfectionism is the desire to appear perfect, resulting from immense external judgment. Though perfectionists can be motivated and thorough, they may also easily give up on challenging tasks or be inflexible. Social media influence is thought to have caused the surge in perfectionist characteristics among younger individuals. Employers should ensure their staff is aware of what good enough looks like, provide positive feedback on work that meets acceptable standards, and understand how perfectionism manifests itself in a workspace to create a supportive environment.
Adrian Gostick's Anxiety at Work delivers a comprehensive guide to understanding the sources of anxiety in modern work environments and identifying practical solutions for handling uncertainty and anxiety among your team. By addressing key issues such as job insecurity, workplace exclusion, and perfectionism, leaders can help create a more resilient and productive workforce. Additionally, fostering a culture of inclusivity, learning, and development can contribute to employee satisfaction and engagement. Overall, the book provides valuable resources for navigating the challenges of the modern workplace and ensuring employees feel supported and valued.